During negotiations for the film rights, the Krays' biggest underworld rival in the 60s, torture gang boss Charlie Richardson, tried to muscle in on the deal. Richardson sent his associate, Eddie Jones, to see Ron.
In 1984, when Charles Richardson was released from his 25-year sentence, for which he served 19 years, he said to me in his office one day in New Cross, "Why don't you pop down to Broadmoor to see the Mad Hatter? I understand that Roger Daltrey's blanked them and more dough for their film. See if we can walk in on it."
To help persuade Ron, Eddie Jones took fellow gang member Mad Frank Fraser and the actor Stephen Burkoff, who was to play George Cornell, on the visit.
So one spring morn, Frank Fraser, Stephen Burkoff and myself popped down to Broadmoor. Stephen Burkoff was absolutely rigid with fear, I think, at this time. First question Ron said to me was, "Well, why doesn't Charlie come to see me? Charlie Richardson." Well, I said, "It's very difficult, Ron," I said, "for him to come and see you, isn't it? You know, you shot George Cornell. Frank, you know, who worked for Charlie, he was a good friend of Charlie's. Olive, George Cornell's wife, is still around in Peckham. What's he going to tell her if he bumps into her? Oh, I went down to see Ron last week, Ron Kray. I mean, he can't do it, can he? Let's be honest." To which Ron Kray replied, "Well, it's nothing personal, you see, in those days. What you've got to realise is, I shot George Cornell, but it wasn't personal." And Frank Fraser gave a classic reply to that. He said, "Well, in my book, Ron," he said, "shooting a man in the head and killing him," he said, "and blowing his brains over the bar of a pub is the most personal thing you can ever do to anyone. It's the most personal thing I've ever heard of."
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please join our Facebook group. It's called Krays Crime Lords of London. We're a friendly, moderated group with over 1,000 Kray and other celebrated gangster videos available for view. There's also thousands of images in the photos sections. The link for the group is in the YouTube description section.